Hey everyone, it's Michael. I'm a fifth year computer science major and psych minor from Westwood, Massachusetts, and today I just want to thank everybody who supported me along the way to graduation. I really can't believe we're all here, but of course, shout out to my parents and shout out to the real friends that I've made throughout college. I didn't always have people like you in my life, and I'm so very grateful for you all. Love you.
Hello everyone. I really wanted my parents and my sister, brother-in-law to be here, but unfortunately they could not. So I just want to thank them for always being here for me and supporting me in whatever I do. But I do have my Georgia Tech friends here, and I want to thank my boys gang and my Archie friends, my roomies, and especially my professor, Professor Tariq Rakha, for being just so cool and making this journey of mine so amazing and awesome. Thank you. Love you all.
I'd like to thank my mom and my siblings. You guys are my biggest supporters. Thank you for always believing in me. I love you more than anything. We did it!
I want to take the time to thank all the people that made this graduation for me possible. I want to start off by thanking my parents, Russell and Phyllis Pittman. Without them and the lessons you guys taught me over the years and all the sacrifices you made, this wouldn't have been possible. I also want to thank the Georgia Tech ISYA department, my fellow students, and my TAs that helped me out on my academic journey and taught me more than I ever thought I would possibly learn when I came here as a freshman. It's been a long journey. It feels great to be a part of the class of 2020. Go Jackets.
Hi guys, I'm Ron Knesevich. I'm about to become a third generation alumni at Georgia Tech and I cannot be more proud. I want to thank my parents for encouraging me to pursue this path and find a career I love. I also want to thank my professor, Dr. Sai, for encouraging me to go into transportation and find an area that I now plan on pursuing my career in.
Thank you, Mom and Dad, for your endless support, and thank you, Jacob, for always being by my side. And thank you to my siblings and my sister, Caroline. I've loved going through college with you. And also my grandparents, and especially Papa Waleed. Thank you for coming to America and graduating from Tech in '65 and starting your own successful business. You've really been a huge inspiration to me my whole life. I love y'all.
Hi, my name is Josh Vale, Bachelor's Computer Science. I just wanted to say a quick thank you to everyone who helped me get here today. My parents, Lisa and Eric, my grandparents, Bob, Stephanie, Miriam, and Alan, my brother Jacob, all the countless professors, TAs, and teachers I've had along the way, and all the friends I made in college. I got out, guys. Can't wait to see what the future holds.
I'd like to thank Healing Hughes, Ji Dong, Anushka Kumar, Olivia Liu, Zhang Li, Barry Kim, Nagparjan, Niatang Zhang, Jiu Park, Jasmine Zhang, Nicola Glover, Yusuf Yan, Alyssa Ravang, Duncan Siebert, Christy Okalia, Luke Zuz, Aaron Martis, Conan Zhao, Jeremy On, Madeline Liu, Utku Ergen, Melody Madarasi, Nessa Lung, Tae Young, Ali Gombalay, Chance Mears, Gabor Mafanya, Seth Balachandra, Cooper Liu, Madison Luger, Jungwon Chue, Jenny Huang, and Jaehee from Georgia Tech Language Institute. Special thanks to Mrs. Kim, Dr. Skolnick, Brockett, Nee, Strategy, Stafford, Matawali, and Drumpel, and Palmer and Johal.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Georgia Institute of Technology's 259th commencement celebration. Over the next 2 days, we are going to honor over 9,330 of our graduates from fall, from summer, and from spring in the year of 2020. What you are tuned into right now is Commencement Live. It's a 30-minute pre-show that we have for you. We're going to highlight some of the special members of the Georgia Tech graduating class of 2020. We're also going to give you some key information about today's graduation ceremony as the students are now filing in behind me here at Bobby Dodd Stadium. My name is Bryce Zimmerman. I'm joined alongside Evan Atkinson from the Georgia Tech social media team. We've got a third member of our group we're going to introduce you to in just a moment. But one of the main things that is different today compared to where it's been in the last few years at McCamish Pavilion is the site of our commencement ceremony at Bobby Dodd Stadium.
Yeah, Bryce, I'm extremely happy to be here. I know we need to thank our event team who worked extremely hard to be able to put this together. They worked all night. I know you know, Bryce, but everybody here may not know that there was a football game here last night, but they wanted everybody to be able to celebrate and be safe, so they worked all night to be able to have this here at Bobby Dodd.
Yeah, our events team was here at 4 a.m. this morning preparing Bobby Dodd Stadium, transitioning from football now to commencement. And our third member of our team down on the turf at Bobby Dodd Stadium is Stephen Norris. Let's take a look at what Stephen's got for us today.
Yeah, that's right, guys. Here on the field, and excited to see folks filing in, filling in the stands, and we're really excited to be here with you today. Um, Really exciting because we are making history during this historic time, but also in a historic venue. This is the longest continuously used stadium in Division I football, and we're holding our ceremony out here today, socially distanced. We're going to be providing some information to you so you know how to interact with us today. And one of the key points right now is that you can follow along with our digital program. And you can find that by logging on to Georgia Tech's Twitter account, Facebook page, or Instagram account. We've provided a link for you so you can access that and follow along with everything that we're going to be showing to you today. Guys, this is the closest I'll ever be to working the sidelines of a football game, so I'm really going to have to make the most of it, but I'm going to send it back up to you.
Thanks a lot, Stephen. You couldn't have picked a better day, though. Beautiful weather here in the capital city of Georgia, the city of Atlanta, the home of Georgia Tech, where 2020 has provided, as it has all throughout of higher education, a lot of challenges. But we, like so many other institutions, are treading our way through these uncertain waters. And at Georgia Tech, it was our pleasure to unveil a new direction, a new strategy moving from 2020 forward. Take a look at our strategic plan.
The new Georgia Tech strategic plan is ready.
Our vision for the next decade
has been over a year in the making.
A year of reflecting, inquiring,
appreciating, and dreaming big.
With the help of students,
faculty, staff, alumni,
parents, and industry partners, we have crafted a clear course for the Institute.
As a community.
Thank you for all the candid conversations,
extraordinary contributions,
and ongoing collaborations.
We are ready
to amplify impact,
champion innovation,
connect globally,
expand access,
cultivate well-being,
and lead by example.
As we carry on our mission
to develop leaders
who advance technology
and improve the human condition.
Yellow Jackets,
welcome to the future of progress and service.
For our students,
our community, our city, our state, our world.
Progress
and service
for all.
For all.
Progress and service for all.
All right, next up we have Nyanta Jallo. Thank you for taking the time to join us.
Of course.
So, you completed your degree back in May in ISYE. How does it feel to come back for commencement now?
It's great. I think one of the things that I've always been looking forward to is commencement. And so last semester, I was super bummed that it was canceled, but understood the reasons why. So when we got the email that it'd been rescheduled and there'd been a bunch of safety protocols put into place, my parents were really excited since I was a firstborn and really wanted me to enjoy and celebrate the achievements that I had done over the past 4 years. So super excited to come back to campus and walk.
Well, that is exciting, and you should be celebrated. Well, since you said you kind of missed campus a little bit, what do you think you missed most about being here on Georgia Tech's campus since you've kind of been away since, I guess, earlier this year?
Right. I think the biggest thing is definitely the student organizations and the clubs. I had spent a lot of time working with the Georgia Tech Society of Black Engineers and Georgia Tech Student Ambassadors, and I think in both of those organizations, I had met extraordinary people, had great memories. All my memories come from there, and just really enjoyed the time we spent with one another. And unfortunately, that time was cut short since we all had left campus when we were there in March. And so just really miss those memories, the weekly meetings and the ability to be around everyone and just like enjoy and work through Georgia Tech together.
Well, you mentioned organizations, and you are actually the president of the Georgia Tech Society of Black Engineers.
Yes.
Which is a pretty amazing accomplishment. So what did holding that leadership position mean to you?
Yeah, I would say that meant almost everything to me. I had been involved in the Georgia Tech Society of Black Engineers since my freshman year. And so being able to go matriculate through the organization to be president this past year was a great accomplishment for me and one that I wanted for myself for a long time. I think I had a great support system at Georgia Tech's campus with a lot of people who had been older than me, who saw a great leadership potential in my abilities to lead. And so they kind of guided me through the process to become president. And with that, I had an amazing executive board last year. I even have to shout out my vice president, Pam, who helped me along the way to make us win so many awards that we had won last semester. So it was really amazing to be able to see those achievements and matriculate through the awards that we had won last year.
You sound like you accomplished a lot here at Georgia Tech. I guess what's next for you?
Yeah, so I started working for Accenture Strategy in September. I'm actually still in Atlanta, which is exciting, but I've been working there for a few months now, and in a few years I plan to go back to school to get my MBA, just not sure where yet.
Well, that's awesome. We're all proud of you, and we're happy that you're back here at Georgia Tech for your commencement. And congratulations to you again.
Thank you.
I'm now joined by Jacob Blevins, a mechanical engineering graduate. He has already graduated from Georgia Tech, as he did so last spring, but we didn't have the commencement, so he will be walking here today. Jacob, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so you have already gotten your degree, but you're still at Georgia Tech, clearly, as we can see behind you, very well branded. Why are you still on campus?
So I am in the BSMS program for mechanical engineering. And so I'm currently getting my master's, and, thought I'd stay around. I like tech so much, don't want to leave.
Yeah, so you had a fantastic time during your undergrad, and you were involved in a lot of different things on campus, and that's really why we wanted to talk to you. And we can tell, just based on your setup there, very professional-looking audio equipment. Why is that? What were you a part of here on campus?
Yeah, so I'm part of Georgia Tech's premier all-male a cappella group, SymVibes, or Sympathetic Vibrations. And I actually just got this mic because COVID has created some problems with having concerts, obviously. And so we are doing lots of recordings and videos this summer, this semester, and next semester.
What attracted you to SymVibes when you got to campus? Because were you already a singer? Was it something that you thought you might want to do? How did you get involved with that community?
I sang in the shower. I was one of those people. And I messed around a little bit on piano, but when I came to college, I realized the opportunities that were here for me, that were, free. Like, they were just easy to access as well. So I originally joined Glee Club here, did that for a while, and then chamber choir. And then finally, last but definitely not least, SymVibes. And that's where I am now.
Awesome. So you're in SymVibes, but that's not all you're doing when you're on campus as an undergrad and into your now graduate career. You are also, I would say, kind of part of a famous team here on campus for the Mini 500, the best team name ever. I'm going to let you say it and tell us what your role was with the team over the last few years.
Yeah, so for the Mini 500 for homecoming, I'm on team Build a Trike and make UGA pay for it. Personally, I have been a pit crew member, so I will grab riders coming in at full speed into the pit, so not to waste any time them slowing down themselves. Then I'll change tires, fix any problems on the trike, and then push them off for the next lap. This year, I was able to be a rider because due to some circumstances with COVID, and it was a really fun experience. I really enjoyed it.
Y'all are a team that traditionally over the last 3 years has won the Mini 500, has had the best time. And a lot of effort goes into designing the trikes and coming up with strategy. What kind of pulled all of y'all together? Because it's an interdisciplinary team.
Right. So we are mostly all a part of the campus ministry, RUF, and that's how we all knew each other. That's how it started. But we decided to officially not be a part of that organization and just be I forgot what it was called, just a group an enthusiast group. Yeah. And, so we really enjoy it, and we can pull people from out of the organization as well to join the team for next year.
Well, y'all are building a dynasty, and it's continued over the last 3 years. Congratulations on already graduating. Good luck in your classes this semester and next semester as a graduate student, and we look forward to seeing some more big things from you, Jacob.
Thank you.
And you just heard from Jacob Blevins, who is a student who graduated last spring. And the reason being is that this particular ceremony here at Georgia Tech today is celebrating over the 5,400 students that celebrated their graduation in spring and summer but weren't able to have the commencement. So that's why we have this Friday commencement. And I'm always inspired by so many of these student stories and what they've accomplished, Evan.
I mean, we really do have such an amazing group of graduates this year and every year, and I think we should meet another one. We should introduce everybody to Netta Kani, who is part of the first cohort of graduates from the Applied Languages program here at Georgia Tech.
And we're excited to have joining us right now Netta Kani. Netta, congratulations. It's a big day for you. How you feeling? I know you're part of a brand new cohort here at Georgia Tech.
Yeah, it's such a great feeling. Thank you for the congratulations. It's a very exciting feeling to know that I'm a part of the first graduate cohort of the School of Modern Languages graduate program. I was an ALICE major with a Spanish concentration, and it was really thrilling to know that the School of Modern Languages, getting to engage with the faculty and other students in something bigger than us, and really getting to bring the humanities to a whole new level at the Institute. So it's been very exciting.
Yeah, a lot of folks associate Georgia Tech with technology and science, but we have a thriving languages program. Can you tell us a little bit about the type of research and projects that are going on in a program like ALICE?
The great thing about the ALICE program is that everything is very interdisciplinary and very innovative and forward-thinking. So this isn't just your traditional language program. This is bigger than, literature studies. This is very relevant and current to today in the globalized world that we live in. So we're talking about sustainability efforts in Latin America. We're talking about documentary film. We're dealing with media studies and representation across Latin America and the Spanish-speaking world. So these are very exciting fields that are constantly changing, and that's what made being a part of the program so exciting.
With the pandemic that we've been in, you had to sort of retool a little bit, but all in all, it sounds like you had a great experience during your master's program.
I was very fortunate to receive an internship with the State Department at the U.S. Embassy in Bogota, Colombia. Unfortunately, it was canceled due to COVID-19, but I really was able to take that internship and make it the focus of my studies throughout the year. So really focusing on the Venezuelan migrant crisis and looking at the relationship between Colombia and Venezuela, that would have been the focus of my internship. Now, another great aspect of the program is that they really let you pursue what you would like to pursue. So I ended up writing a paper on Cuban cyber activism for one of my courses, and that ended up being a published paper that I can confirm was published as of a couple weeks ago. So that was very exciting. And that was a topic I had no experience with before, prior to the program. So really getting to learn about different countries, different facets of what makes life tick in Latin America. So between the internship and getting my paper published, I really had a great time in the program.
So now a published scholar from Georgia Tech, Netta, what will be next for you? I understand Georgia Tech will be able to enjoy having you around a little bit longer.
Yes, I was very fortunate to be hired by the School of Modern Languages after graduation, after graduating. as the academic program manager of the school, which I'm very humbled and honored to have this position, and mostly to just get to continue working with the School of Modern Languages and get to help the undergraduate and graduate students and faculty of our great school. Hopefully in the next couple of years, I hope to pursue a PhD continuing in Spanish and Portuguese studies, and after that, we'll see what happens, but I'd love to get into the State Department as a Foreign Service Officer, so we will see what happens.
Well, Netta, congratulations to you and to the entire Alice class and to all of our graduates.
Thank you so much. Congrats, grads.
Yeah, so there are going to be lots of students that are representing new cohorts that are going to be on the field. And as we mentioned, all of the students on the field finished their degree programs a few months ago, and now we're all getting back together and celebrating these graduates. And Netta is here with us. Netta, if you can stand up and give us a wave there. Congratulations from Applied Languages, and congratulations to all of our graduates. We're really excited to have everyone back and to celebrate all of your accomplishments. As you can see down on the field, all the chairs are spread apart, socially distanced. And our teams have been working hard to make this event safe. And we've been doing that all semester here at Georgia Tech, across everything that happens here. And our faculty, our staff, and our students, they pulled together to pull off something that not many colleges in the country would be able to do. We developed our very own COVID-19 testing program so we could keep our community safe. It's something we can be really proud of, and here's how it all worked.
Ideally, we'd like to test everybody on campus once a week. Probably realistically, it'll be about half of campus each week, which will be about 1,500 to 2,000 tests a day. We run that as what's called a surveillance program on saliva samples, and if it's a 1% infection rate, then we'd expect to see about 15 cases a day. And then in parallel, we'll run what's called a diagnostic program to identify the infected individuals so that we can isolate those cases and remove them from circulation on campus.
Testing is available to the Georgia Tech community. We ask for asymptomatic folks to come only. They go onto the website, they would register with some basic information, and then after that you would report to a testing site. Unlike what's been going on in most COVID-19 testing for the last several months, which involves pretty invasive swabbing, this is a saliva-based approach. So we've actually developed here at Georgia Tech this test. So what happens when you walk up to the collection point? There'll be a collector there. That person will be in protective gear. You'll be given a kit. Inside the bag will be several contents. There'll be a small cup and a lid for the collection of the saliva. It takes a little bit of practice, but it's much better than the swab-based approach. The collector will be there to give you advice in terms of, yeah, I think you have enough. You'll take the syringe, then pipette the saliva out of the cup into a small tube until you reach a line on the tube. Put the lid on tight, you take the tube, you place it in a biological safety bag, take all of your contents that you've used and dispose of them, and then you'll take your bag with your test sample to a collection bin, and then that'll go off to the lab for analysis. On average, it's going to be about a 48-hour time after test turnaround.
So this testing program, I think, is going to make sure that we can stay open. It's going to make sure that everybody's health is protected, so students' health, staff's health, faculty's health. And it's also going to have a really big impact, I think, on showing what we can do as a community when we come together.
We think it's pretty unprecedented. The process that we're using, the science that we're applying to it, the establishment of a laboratory, it's why we all love Georgia Tech.
Next up, we have Mahdi Al Husseini. So this isn't your first degree. What was it like earning your degree online this time around?
You know, it was different, but not in a bad way. You know, I think especially later on, having had those 5 years at Georgia Tech on campus, having that in-person experience was wonderful. But being able to still be part of Georgia Tech and working with professors and meeting with other students despite working full time, it's a different experience, but one that, you know, was nonetheless, I think, a great one.
So you're in active duty in the U.S. Army while working on your master's. Can you tell us a little bit about what kept you motivated to be able to work and complete this degree at the same time?
Yeah, definitely. So it's a little unique. So the work I actually do for the military is, of course, very different. So I fly helicopters, specifically medical helicopters in Hawaii, and that's incredibly meaningful. But it's also very different. So, you know, when I get tired of doing that, then there's nothing more I want than to do something completely different. And for me, that's computer science. And when I get tired of that, I can go back to work and fly aircraft. So a big part of it, too, is just loving what you do. You know, I love the field of computer science. I think it's a great opportunity to make a difference in the world. And I try to actively apply my degree every day, even in the work that I do in the Army. So it's meaningful. It's something I care about. And that keeps me through it despite everything.
That's great. And something that's a little different than maybe most people, but you're not the only one in your family that is earning this OMSCS degree right now. How was it earning this degree with your older brother?
It was awesome. You know, going back to this idea of motivation, right? That's definitely something that kept me motivated, and I'm sure to some extent kept him motivated is having someone else in the family kind of pushing you through. You've got classes that are difficult. You've got final exams that, you know, everyone here knows how final exams can be sometimes. But having somebody so close to you like that you can rely on and that you can work through, you know, whatever the case might be, working through courses together, you know, it was incredibly meaningful. It's something that I think was a very unique experience, and it was wonderful. There's really no other way to put it.
Well, I'm thoroughly impressed. And something else I'm impressed with, kind of switching gears here, is you have a pretty cool mortarboard. Is there any way you can show it off and tell us a little bit about it?
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to share this. This has been a project of mine at Tech for a while. I have it right here. We'll see how well we can see that. That's actually pretty good. So this is the mortarboard itself, and you can see it is a graduation cap. You got it right there. Essentially what it is it is a high voltage but safe, low current Nixie tube display. So this is a form of display technology we used to use maybe 60 or 70 years ago prior to LEDs and LCDs. And it's something that I particularly love. And so this top here, this whole black part to include buzz there, is actually one giant circuit board that was manufactured. And again, I designed it while at Georgia Tech. And then put together, you've got a power supply, just a little battery pack over here that can use to power it for about 4 to 6 hours. And the coolest thing about it is it actually connects to the internet. So currently, of course, it says Georgia Tech. You can kind of see it there. But there's an application on my phone that I can pull up at any time, and I can have it actually change the text to anything I want. Which is, of course, a lot of fun and gives also family members and friends the opportunity to make adjustments to the graduation cap as necessary. But, you know, at the end of the day, you know, I've been very fortunate to study a lot of different things at Tech, from biomedical engineering and computer science and public policy. And so the ability to kind of pull a bunch of disciplines together to kind of create one last hoorah at Tech, and that was awesome. And really, that's what this mortarboard is all about.
I appreciate you showing that off. But right now, you know, before you get out of here, anybody we want to say hi to that might be watching online or maybe here in the stadium?
Oh, absolutely, definitely. You know, a few just quickly. You know, my family definitely. My mother and my father have been incredible role models for me. Even as I, for the Army, move around from Georgia, Alabama, Texas, Hawaii, all in the past 3 years. So I haven't had the chance to see them a lot, but they're always in touch with me and they always keep me moving forward. Of course, my older brother, love you lots. He's out here in the stadium graduating with me. That's, of course, important. My 2 younger brothers are here as well, Ahmed Al Husseini, Ali Al Husseini. I'd be amiss if I didn't mention them. They're doing amazing, great things. They keep me moving forward. And of course, all my great friends, to include Forrest Sutton, Joshua Barnett, and Hayden McLeod, they're here as well. And so lots of love to all of them, and congratulations to everybody here.
with Mahdi Al-Husseini and his very cool mortarboard. We're really going to make sure he can show everybody and show this off. Let's make sure the camera can zoom in really tight here. So he created this with Nixie tubes, and this top part that says God Tech is actually completely customizable. He can change it to whatever you want. I'm really digging his signature on here and the gold Buzz logo. But I just wanted everybody to be able to see this because this is such a really cool motorboard, and we just felt like it really deserved its shine. But thank you, Mahdi, and good luck with your speech. And something that makes Georgia Tech extremely special are its traditions and its history. And that's what makes Georgia Tech extremely special to me, and that's why I love being here.
Yeah, we have just a fantastic set of traditions here at Georgia Tech, and being at Bobby Dodd Stadium allows us to implement those a little bit differently. And even when you think about the COVID pandemic, but normally at McCamish Pavilion, when the whistle blows at the end of this commencement ceremony, you can't hear it. You're stuck inside. That's not going to be the case today. You can hear that whistle loud and proud, and of course, we all know it reverberates through the entirety of downtown and midtown Atlanta. And then maybe my favorite tradition here, Evan, is that of George P. Burdell, who is getting yet another degree here today. But you have to find him in our digital commencement program. That's right, we have a digital commencement program this year. Where can they find the program, Evan?
Well, you can find the program on our Georgia Tech social media accounts. You can find it on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. We'll make sure it has that swipe up link for you so you can get that digital program and make sure you have it on your phone and ready for you.
All right, find George P. Burdell. Tell us where you found him from. Hashtag it with GT20 and Ramble On. So those are your hashtags for today. Share your pictures from today. If you've got a cool mortarboard like Mahdi did, we want to see it. Share it with us on our social media, and we'll be sure to try and retweet and put some of those pictures up on our official Georgia Tech channels. Evan, you've been doing that like all week long, showing off some of these amazing, amazing pictures that people have taken on campus. And you know what? You don't have to worry about it because there's not that many people to get in the background since the students have gone home. But some of those pictures are fantastic.
I mean, the pictures that the students have been taking this year have been extremely fantastic. I'm honestly always impressed. And this time of year and our spring commencement is always one of my favorite times of year because you see what happens when these students work so hard for all these years. They get their degree, they earn their diploma, and it's just an amazing day to really be a part of.
What I love about Georgia Tech graduates, yes, engineers, STEM, but also very artistic, very creative, and we get to really see that come out when it's graduation picture time. And of course, upon graduation, you will now be a part of the Georgia Tech alumni. Here's a message from the Alumni Association. Let's take a watch.
Hey everyone, it's Michael. I'm a 5th year computer science major and psych minor from Westwood, Massachusetts, and today I just want to thank everybody who supported me along the way to graduation. I really can't believe we're all here, but of course shout out to my parents and shout out to the real friends that I've made throughout college. I didn't always have people like you in my life, and I'm so very grateful for you all. Love you.
Hello everyone. I really wanted my parents and my sister, brother-in-law to be here, but unfortunately they could not. So I just want to thank them for always being here for me and supporting me in whatever I do. But I do have my Georgia Tech friends here, and I want to thank my boys gang and my Archie friends, my roomies, and especially my Professor Tariq Rakha, for being just so cool and making this journey of mine so amazing and awesome. Thank you. Love you all.
I'd like to thank my mom and my siblings. You guys are my biggest supporters. Thank you for always believing in me. I love you more than anything. We did it!
I want to take the time to thank all the people that made this graduation for me possible. I want to start off by thanking my parents, Russell and Phyllis Pittman. Without them and the lessons you guys taught me over the years and all the sacrifices you made, this wouldn't have been possible. I also want to thank the Georgia Tech ISYA department, my fellow students, and my TAs that helped me out on my academic journey and taught me more than I ever thought I would possibly learn when I came here as a freshman. It's been a long journey. It feels great to be a part of the class of 2020. Go Jackets.
Hi guys, I'm Ron Knesevich. I'm about to become a third-generation alumni at Georgia Tech, and I cannot be more proud. I want to thank my parents for encouraging me to pursue this path and find a career I love. I also want to thank my professor, Dr. Sai, for encouraging me to go into transportation and find an area that I now plan on pursuing my career in.
Thank you, Mom and Dad, for your endless support, and thank you, Jacob, for always being by my side. And thank you to my siblings and my sister Caroline. I've loved going through college with you. And also my grandparents, and especially Papa Waleed. Thank you for coming to America and graduating from Tech in '65 and starting your own successful business. You've really been a huge inspiration to me my whole life. I love y'all.
Hi, my name is Josh Vale, Bachelor's Computer Science. I just wanted to say a quick thank you to everyone who helped me get here today. My parents, Lisa and Eric, my grandparents, Bob, Stephanie, Miriam, and Alan, my brother Jacob, all the countless professors, TAs, and teachers I've had along the way, and all the friends I made in college. I got out, guys. Can't wait to see what the future holds.
I'd like to thank Healing Hughes, Ji Dong, Anushka Kumar, Olivia Liu, Zhang Li, Barry Kim, Nang Farjan, Niatang Zhang, Jiu Park, Jasmine Zhang, Philip Glover, Yusuf Yan, Alyssa Ravang, Duncan Siebert, Christy Okalia, Luke Zuz, Aaron Martis, Conan Zhao, Jeremy On, Madeline Liu, Utku Ergen, Melody Madarasi, Nessa Lung, Tae Young, Ali Gombalay, Chance Mears, Gabor Mafanya, Seth Balachandra, Cooper Liu, Madison Luger, Jung Wen Chue, Jenny Huang, and Jae from Georgia Tech Language Institute. Special thanks to Mrs. Kim, Dr. Skolnick, Rocket, Nee, Strategy, Stafford, Matawali, and Drumpel, and Power and Johal.
We are back live here at Bobby Dodd Stadium on the campus of Georgia Tech. This is the 259th commencement in Georgia Tech history, dating back a long way back. This institution founded in 1885. And you know what I always thought was really interesting about this year in the COVID pandemic and kind of how we look right now, right? Sporting our Georgia Tech masks, is there was a picture that circulated around social media earlier this year in this stadium from the 1918 flu, and it looks an awful lot like this.
I mean, it looks just like this. And I was honestly one of the coolest things I've seen all year, something I didn't expect to see coming into the year. But it was really cool being able to see that image from 1918 and see what it's like today and how things are so similar, but you know, how we'll get through it.
And so we are wearing our mask, and we do ask you, everybody in this stadium right now that is attending commencement, to continue to wear their mask throughout the duration of this afternoon and evening ceremony. We also ask that you social distance. Evan, you're getting a little too close to me right now. All right, back it up. We need 6 feet of social distance. Make sure that you're sanitizing wherever you can. Just be safe throughout all of your actions. We're going to get you some information about how this commencement ceremony is going to run for you down there as you're sitting there waiting for commencement to start. It's a little bit different than what we've had here in the past. But while you're sitting there and you're twiddling around on your phone, join us on social media, hashtag GT20. We've also got the hashtag RambleOn. Take some selfies, make sure they look good. We're in the golden hour. It can't be any better than this for the light in your photos. You won't even have to go into Lightroom to edit them at all and get those up on social media. We want to see them from you, especially you down there, because you have waited a long time for this. You've waited since the spring and the summer semesters to end. Also, find George P. Burdell in the program, and just find your name in the program as well. It is only a downloadable digital program, and you can find that where, Evan?
Yeah, you can find that. And what I really want people to take in today is that we're right here in the heart of Atlanta. It's amazing that we're here right in the heart of Midtown. We get to see the skyline right behind us and be a part of all this energy that Atlanta has to offer.
Yeah, and we saw this very stadium under the lights last night. Didn't work out so well for the Yellow Jackets. What's the good word? I heard a couple. It's going to have to get louder than that down there. But let's go down to the field where they played football last night, and now it is commencement, and Stephen Norris has got some information to show you exactly how this whole thing's going to work for you, the graduate.
Yeah, there's some important things you're going to want to remember, graduates, as you're getting ready to accept your diploma here. We keep on saying things are going to be a little bit different, and here are some of those things. So what we do here at Georgia Tech, it's very important for us to make sure everybody has their own moment. That means everybody's individual name is going to be announced. We do that in a really high-tech way here at Georgia Tech. And it's a little more high-tech this year because all of these graduates have called in ahead of time and they've correctly pronounced their name. A professional linguist then records their name, exactly how it was pronounced, and each of our graduates will have a barcode on their phone. We're going to walk up to this station here. We're going to make sure that you have your smartphone on, turned up on full brightness if you can. Get your code ready when you're getting up to this station here. And you can screenshot it, as I'm being told right here. This is live, folks. Breaking news. Screenshot that barcode and have it ready when you get up here. You're going to want to hold it under the scanner. Wait until you hear the beep. The beep means you're ready to go. So that's what's going to load up your name and that sound file up that you're going to hear across the stadium. And really cool that we do that here at Georgia Tech, making sure everyone's name is announced and you get that special moment. You're going to cross the stage here, and something else that's happening for the very first time, you're going to be receiving your diploma from the president, Dr. Angel Cabrera. And you'll take that from him, but remember, we're social distancing, no handshakes, just take that diploma. It's the most important part anyway, right? Grab that diploma. You're going to continue crossing the stage over here. And another interesting thing we haven't done in a while, you're going to step on to the gold carpet and get your picture with the most beautiful car in the country, the Ramblin' Wreck over here, and get that photo up. After that, you're going to cross over to this side, and the Georgia Tech Alumni Association has a gift for you. And if you're following along up in the stadium, family and friends that are here with us today, there are a couple things you're going to want to remember. If your graduate is in the College of Engineering, they're going to be seated somewhere over here. If you're from the College of Sciences, College of Design, College of Business, the Scheller College of Business, if you're from the Ivan Allen College, I hope I've got them all. I think I got them all. College of Computing as well, primarily over here. So if you're going to be looking for your graduate, it's going to be generally in those directions. It's going to be a little bit different as well, that the seats are first come, first served. Normally we're in alphabetical order, separated by major. Right now we're just separated by college. So if you're going to be following along up in the stands, something you're going to want to make sure that you're paying attention to is listen for the names of those colleges. So that gives you sort of a general idea of the direction and flow of how people are going to be crossing here. We want to remind everybody, do not block the aisles. That's going to be very important today. And we've got plenty of photographers around who are capturing images. So if you log on to our commencement site now, you can go ahead and get ready to download those photos. They'll be coming available very quickly. And those are actually going to be some of the best photos that you'll be able to get. Also, you should be able to snap a pretty good photo. Taking a look at the Jumbotron up there, there should be cameras capturing the graduates there as well. So that's a general idea of what's going to be going on. Really excited to see the seats filling out and the stands full. This is such an exciting time for us here at Georgia Tech, celebrating all the hard work of our students. And congratulations for this big day. We're so proud of everyone who's here, and it's so great to see people back here in Bobby Dodd. Isn't that right, Bryce and Evan?
Yeah, it is fantastic to see students getting their diplomas, or at least something that looks like their diploma, here, walking across the stage at Bobby Dodd Stadium. And Evan, as you look out there and you look at those sea of soon-to-be graduates from Georgia Tech, actually almost all of them are graduates from Georgia Tech from the spring and summer, something I notice, nobody's sitting in the front row. That must be a college crowd out there, everybody hanging out in the back. Well, it is now time to honor the brave and cheer on the bold and celebrate those who have worn the white and gold. It is time for the 259th commencement at Georgia Tech to begin. Congratulations.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. Please rise and remain standing for the playing of the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed? whose cross stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare amongst bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please be seated. In addition to our students who are preparing for military service, I would like for us to take a moment to recognize all veterans and active service members in the audience. If you have served or are currently serving in any branch of the U.S. military, please rise so we can recognize you. I am pleased to introduce Mahdi Al-Husseini, a master's degree candidate in computer science and the wearer of the fanciest Georgia Tech cap today, who will give the reflection.
At Georgia Tech, the beginnings of a better tomorrow starts today. But you need not change the world alone. My older brother Mo, a computer engineer, was always something of an inspiration. Growing up, I still recall Mo scratching out truth tables on paper, trying to explain to a bewildered me the fundamentals of digital logic. Now, there's a short list of things that stick in high school, and for me, digital logic wasn't one of them. What did stick, however, was his passion for engineering. And I decided to apply and then enroll at the institute down the street from my hometown of Douglasville, Georgia. Now, it's been 7 years since I first stepped foot at Georgia Tech. The first 5 spent as an undergraduate student on campus, and the last 2 as an active duty service member and an online graduate student. What I think you'll find is that many memories from your time at Tech will remain intact. Some of those memories are incredibly vibrant. For me, cheering on the Yellow Jackets in 2014 at the Orange Bowl in Miami with friends over the dreadful sound of cowbells from a particular school in Mississippi. We won that game, by the way. And other memories are just a little more subdued, like back-to-back overnighters in the Colk. My big brother Mo was a big part of why I went to Georgia Tech, even though he elected to do his undergraduate education elsewhere. Nevertheless, he continued to support me once I arrived here, going so far as to design an entire course in programming to support me. It's therefore only fitting that my Georgia Tech journey ends with him in attendance, not as a spectator in the audience, but as a graduate student in the School of Computer Science and a fellow graduating Yellow Jacket in the class of 2020. Now, Georgia Tech, it's not the CRC or Bobby Dodd or Tech Tower. It's not homecoming or final exams or office hours. It's not Piazza or that stack of textbooks you've accumulated over the years and don't know what to do with. Georgia Tech is you and me and my brother Mo. It's us. Though your time at Tech may be ending, the community you've developed here is today stronger than ever. Continue to foster those relationships, support and care for one another. At Georgia Tech, the beginnings of a better tomorrow starts today. But you need not change the world alone. After all, you got the class of 2020 to help you do it. Congratulations to each and every one of you. Thank you to all the family and friends of the graduates here today, and to the faculty and staff at Georgia Tech. And go Jackets. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Marty. Graduates, members of the faculty and staff, distinguished guests, families, and friends, it is a great pleasure to welcome you to the 259th commencement exercises here at the Georgia Institute of Technology. What a pleasure and what an honor to celebrate the mighty class of 2020 in Bobby Dodd Stadium. We are making memories here. As a Georgia Tech alum myself, I am proud that all of you are now joining our worldwide family of Georgia Tech alumni. For the other alumni joining us in the audience, please stand and be recognized. I love to see that tradition continue. To welcome the members of this graduating class into the Fellowship of Georgia Tech, I'm pleased to introduce Jocelyn Stargell, classes of 1982 and 1986, and our current chairman of the Georgia Tech Alumni Association. Jocelyn?
It is my pleasure to welcome you into a very distinguished group of the Georgia Tech Alumni Association. Welcome to our family of 172,000 alumni. We are so happy to see you cross this finish line. Just like family, we've been behind the scenes, rooting for you, raising funds towards your experience, and providing guidance and support when needed. We have a vested interest in your success. I remember when I arrived at Tech, a New York City born, Maryland raised, Black woman who liked math and wanted to be an engineer. Very unconventional at that time. Almost 700 miles from home, I quickly felt that I had found my people, my community. The Georgia Tech community was there to celebrate the highs and pull me through the lows during my time here at Tech and beyond. They became my family. Just know that you can always call Tech home. This is a special place that has prepared you to go out and solve the big problems of the world, and as alumni, you will always be a part of the family. So stay in touch. We want to hear about the wonderful things you accomplish, and we are here to continue to support you with connections, job leads, network opportunities, and future friendships. As you set out to change the world, the Alumni Association is giving you a bag with commemorative items as tokens of Georgia Tech to take with you. In closing, may your pursuits be successful, your friendships rich, and your life full of buzz. Go Jackets!
Well done, Jocelyn. Thank you so much. One of our traditions at Georgia Tech is to ask our class of 1934 distinguished professor to give remarks on behalf of the faculty at commencement. The highest award given to a faculty member recognizes outstanding achievement in teaching, research, and service. Jeff Wu is a professor and Coca-Cola chair in engineering statistics in the Milton Stewart School of Industrial and System Engineering. Professor Wu couldn't be with us in person today, but he sent along this message.
Thank you, President Cabrera, for the honor of speaking to our graduates and their families. You have worked hard and overcome many challenges during this unprecedented pandemic. I sincerely congratulate you on your achievements. Those of us in academics are often perceived as pursuing research not immediately relevant to day-to-day life. Over the last 4 decades, I have seen a steady evolution in my main research focus, data science. I would like to share with you how this year data science has quietly played a major role in the COVID-19 pandemic. In 1998, I first coined the term data science during a public lecture at the University of Michigan. Until then, the term statistics was used to describe my discipline and work. However, over the years, I have become uncertain about the term statistics because it does not adequately describe the breadth and depth of the profession. Lay people associated with sports statistics, unemployment rates, or the number of COVID-19 cases per week in a state like Georgia. In fact, the main activities of the statistical discipline are broader and involve data collection and data analysis. Therefore, data science would be a better and more accurate name. Initially, this term did not catch on. But over time, because of the explosion of the massive data science has become widely practiced. COVID-19 clinical trials serve as a prime example of data collection. The phase 3 design of these trials involved a large number of participants. A trial reaches its end point once a certain number of people are infected. If a small percentage of positive tests are from the treatment group which received the vaccine, compared to the control group which received the placebo, then the vaccine is declared effective. Data science theory is used to determine the required sample size of the trial and the threshold at which a vaccine is declared a success. For data analysis, let me again use the pandemic example. Public health experts like Dr. Anthony Fauci, director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, have advised the public to wear masks and maintain social distancing, along with other behaviors for slowing the spread of the virus. It's through the use of data science that we can accurately assess the impact of mask use and social distancing on COVID-19 infection rates. As you look into your own future, I challenge you to recognize how much we still don't know and to think about how your work will impact society. In 1998, I never would have thought how far-reaching data science would become. As I look back on my own career, I'm most proud of the research that has been applied to help others. My wish for you is that you will experience this same kind of career satisfaction. Your degree from Georgia Tech will open many doors, and I wish you all a bright career and future. Thank you.
Thank you, Professor Wu. I'll tell you, this is an emotional moment for many of us. It's been a very difficult semester, a very difficult year, perhaps the hardest in Institute history. And to see us here celebrate the achievement of the class of 2020 is just an incredible moment that we're never going to forget. I'm also quite impressed that our students have taken the concept of physical distancing to a whole new level. Well done. This weekend, we celebrate 9,330 graduates who make up Georgia Tech class of 2020. This is a very special group of individuals. Graduating from Georgia Tech is never easy, but to graduate in 2020 requires the kind of resolve and perseverance that truly exemplifies the Georgia Tech spirit. And it is our honor to congratulate all of you. Success in life is seldom a one-person effort. As we celebrate the conclusion of one chapter of your lifelong education, it is important to acknowledge that you have not done it alone. With us today, right here, and many very far away, we have families and friends and colleagues whose love, whose support for you have helped to make this day possible. On behalf of all of us at Georgia Tech, I thank you. With us also are faculty and staff members who have guided and mentored these students, who have offered their time and wisdom, their expertise to help each and every one reach their fullest potential. Would the members of the faculty and staff please stand so we can recognize you? Thank you. 2020 has indeed been filled with unexpected and unusual challenges, yet Georgia Tech students, faculty, staff, and alumni met those challenges head on. It took resilience, toughness, compassion, care, and the spirit of innovation that ties us together as Yellow Jackets. Our community crafted solutions to help us fight the pandemic on campus, in our state, but also around the world. From designing new personal protective equipment to developing and testing therapeutic and diagnostic tools, to analyzing and visualizing complex data sets to track and slow down the spread of the disease, the Georgia Tech community stepped up and made a difference. Last May, we weren't able to hold the graduation ceremony, and I was sad to share my congratulatory remarks online from an empty McCamish Pavilion. At the time, I said that I had no doubt that your experiences this year will shape your lives. Let's all make sure that when we look back, we don't just remember a scary crisis that we survived, but a challenge that we faced together that taught us profound lessons that made us stronger. And let's not forget what this institution is all about: developing leaders who advance technology and improve the human condition. We bring talented individuals together from all corners of the world, from all backgrounds, to grow and learn from one another. We expose ourselves every day to a wide variety of people and ideas. We challenge our thinking. We debate. We dialogue. We wrestle with new and difficult ideas. We master science and technology and the tools of leadership to drive change in business and policy so that we can build a better reality for all of us. To all of our graduates, your creativity, dedication, and accomplishments are inspiring to all of us, and they make us tremendously hopeful about the future. You will forever be linked to this great institution, and we are looking for great things from all of you. As we say, progress and service for all. And today, we are honored to have as our speaker Mr. Sachin Shailendra. He serves as chairman of the Board of Regents of the University System of Georgia, and he is founder and president of SG Contracting, Inc. Throughout his career, Mr. Shailendra has earned a reputation for his integrity, honesty, and commitment to client satisfaction. His journey started here too. He's a graduate of Georgia Tech and also of the Woodward Academy, where he has served as president of the Alumni Association and of the School's Advisory Council. He's very active in numerous civic organizations, serving as member of the Rotary Club of Atlanta and a member of the Atlanta Police Foundation. He's also a board member of both the Georgia Reach Foundation and the Children's Healthcare of Atlanta Sport Network. He resides in Metro Atlanta with his wife, the daughter, and 2 children. He is a dear friend of this place. He cares deeply about higher education. Sometimes I wonder how he has even time to run his business, because most of his time is devoted to his volunteer leadership task of advancing higher education in Georgia. And for that, my friend Sachin, we are deeply grateful. Please join me in welcoming Sachin Shailendra.
Thanks.
Proud of you.
Thank you. President Cabrera, faculty and staff, honored guests, family members, and most especially you, the class of 2020. Whether you are here in person or joining us virtually, I am truly thrilled to be here with you today. You should be proud. You have reached a major milestone in your personal lives and academic careers. You should be celebrating, and I realize that I'm standing in that way right now. But do not worry, I will keep my remarks brief. This afternoon, I have the honor of representing the Board of Regents of the University System of Georgia. As a member and chairman of the 19-person board, we work with the Chancellor to help guide all 26 of the state's public universities and colleges, which now serve over 341,000 students. Georgia Tech, which in a few minutes will be your alma mater, is one of the shining stars in the constellation of the 26 institutions. It ranks as one of the world's best research institutions. Its degrees are recognized globally and lets everyone know you've learned from world-class faculty, top staff, and talented fellow students. This year, it also lets everyone know how resilient you are and how determined you will be when you're faced with a challenge. I know graduating during a global pandemic wasn't on your top 10 list when you thought of this moment years ago, but you did it. You got out. I myself got out in the summer of 2001 with a degree in civil engineering. My brother and father are also graduates of the civil engineering program here, as is my sister-in-law, a graduate student from the International School of Business. So I get excited when I can come talk about the opportunities ahead of you. I was born in Georgia, but my father was not. I am only a generation away from the farmers my family were in India, where my dad was recruited by top universities and chose the Institute of Technology in Atlanta. Education has been a game changer for both me and my family, and I know it's a major accomplishment for many of you today. I hope your degree will inspire you to take the next steps in building your future. This institution, your university, our alma mater, is a major contributor to Georgia, the nation, and the world. Its research is renowned, its impact legendary, and now you are a part of that unfolding legacy of success. So go out into the world and create a worthy future, not only for yourselves, but one that will represent this institution, our entire university system, and this state as well. In other words, go out there and make us look good. You have the knowledge thanks to one of the best institutions in the world. Now use it. Now I'd like to share 3 bits of advice. Number 1, engage. You hear that term a lot in college. Statistics show students who are more engaged with their campus are more likely to succeed, both in and beyond the classroom. Since you are graduating today, you already know this. I would guess that your experience here was made so much more meaningful by a professor, a staff member, a friend, or even a family member. Remember that and continue to engage as you move on to the next chapter of your life. Engage with your community, with your workplace, your colleagues, and with your loved ones. And please engage also with your alma mater. It matters. For all Georgia Tech has given you, volunteer, tutor, donate, promote the values you learned here, and be an ambassador for the institution that helped you get where you're going. When you are engaged, you're invested. And that leads me to my second piece of advice. Work hard. The harder you work, the luckier you look. I'm not saying you will be more lucky. Maybe you will, maybe you won't. But I'm saying you will seem more lucky. Now, why is that, you ask? Because when you work hard, and I mean first in, last out, I'll do this, I can kind of do the, you put yourself in the position of being in the right place at the right time. You get to solve a problem. You become the go-to person. You become indispensable. After all, you went to Georgia Tech, and you can do that. Someone looking quietly on from the sidelines might be thinking, wow, they're so lucky. They catch all the breaks. No, they work hard. As tech students, I know you're familiar with hard work. And look, I know from experience, working hard is not easy. And it's not over when now that you're graduating. I promise you, you will get frustrated. And when you get frustrated, it's important to remember that's okay. That's part of the real world you've been training for here at Tech. Just stay focused and keep working hard. When you're at your personal best, you can achieve great things. Finally, number 3, and perhaps my favorite, do not quit. Failure is part of life. You might fail a couple of times. You might fail a lot, maybe fantastically. That's perfectly okay. Fantastic even. Failure is the fertilizer that makes success grow sweeter. Just throw it behind you and let the growing begin. Learn from your failures because there's absolutely nothing to be learned from quitting. I'll say it again. Do not quit. Do not quit life. Do not quit learning. Do not quit loving. Do not quit your family or your friends. Do not quit believing in yourself or your goals. Do not quit reaching for a better world for yourself or your generation. Do not quit on yourself because you are worth more than that. Every challenge is an opportunity for you to succeed. Remember, you are brave and you are talented. Your time at Georgia Tech made you strong. The relationships you have fostered here have hopefully deepened your compassion. The lessons you have learned here have instilled within you good instincts and resourcefulness. These values are yours forever. So is your education. There is power in education, you know. Vast, immense, immeasurable power. Your education has already changed you. It has the power to change your community. This is what progress and service look like in action. Your education has the power to change the city in which you live. Just look across the way to Tech Square. Your education has the power to move our state forward in exciting ways. Your education even has the power to change the world. And the world better look out, because here you come. So on behalf of the Board of Regents, congratulations, class of 2020. May the future be yours, and may you never forget the good word. Thank you, and go Jackets.
Thank you. Awesome. Thank you, Sachin. Thank you so much. All right. I think we're ready to hand a few degrees here. The moment of walking across the stage represents the culmination of much work and achievement for each of our graduates. I would ask that after you receive your on-stage recognition, you return to your seat and show your fellow students the same respect they have given you. I am pleased to welcome Provost Stephen McLaughlin, who will introduce the academic deans by college, who will present the candidates for the bachelor's and master's degree.
Dean Charles Isbell will present the undergraduate and graduate candidates for degrees in the College of Computing.
Thank you, Steve. Candidates for the Bachelor and Master of Science degrees in the College of Computing, please rise and remain standing. President Cabrera, I have the honor of presenting to you those candidates for the Bachelor and Masters of Science degrees from the largest and greatest College of Computing in the world, who have completed the requirements for those degrees. In the world.
You hand them to me? Perfect. backup reader.
Mohammed Al Husseini. Mahdi Al Husseini. Luke Baggett. Dixie Rich. Christopher Hardage. Nicholas Dane Hutchison. Eric Vizcaya Adernon. Luis Pastrana Leones. Derek Zhang. Cody Liu. Ansi Susan Matthews. Karan Achtani. Kar Shin Lin. Francisco de Boria Vincne Pando. Jeremy Michael Schoenfeld. Ryan Murphy. Sharmila Bhaskran. Paul Njau Mushini. Mitchell Andrew Veazey. Dallas Edward Downing. Joshua Miller Visley. Daniel T. Pham. Jordan Taylor Leahy. Alan Emmanuel Cerna. Rachel Maria Marine Tekau. Elizabeth Rachel Dworkin. Abigail Christian Kovian. Joseph Ryan Power. Henry Alfredo Anazola Flores. Armand Lee Mayo. Aaron Glenn Gloucester. Sanjay Philip John. Catherine C. Brown. Shivani Lakshmi Prasad. Walker H. Powell. Elizabeth Antonella Seuss. Brooklyn Shepard. Annette Marie Cochran. Shivam Sharma. Hadiza Ewalua Jalaso Perry. Max Headley Brower. William Thomas Epperson. Pranay Kumar. John Michael Stone, Jr. Hironori Takahashi. Benjamin Edward Daniel. Megan Renee Huber. Jonathan Matthew Frosch. Akshat Dua. Teresa Claire Stubbs. Carl D'Angelo Neal. Evan Rivera. Manjina Srestha. Sandra Alcear. Benjamin Sanders Pusey. Anum Aslan Babmani. Sarah Marie Strauss. Victor Montgomery. Nicholas Anthony Senador. Muslim Narakunov. Jin Chung. Robert Packard Bryant III. Nima Ken Prado. Yun Min Bae. Mansu Kang.
Professor Anna Westerhall Stanport will present the undergraduate and graduate degree candidates for the degrees in the Ivan Allen College of Liberal Arts.
Candidates for the Bachelor and Masters of Science degrees in the Ivan Allen College of Liberal Arts, please rise and remain standing. President Cabrera, I have the honor of presenting to you those candidates for the Bachelor and Masters of Science degrees who have completed the requirements for these degrees.
Abdulaziz Alugo. Taylor Brooke Raitano. Kenna Rose McKenzie. McLean Broussard. Christopher Hugh Walton. Charles Haig Ajo. Suvranil Basu. Jonathan Bradley Morgan. Bryant Campbell Beatles. Samantha Louise Bay. Netta Kenny. Ed Barker. Elizabeth A. Krakowski. Kara Grace McLean. Sakshi Rao. Ashley C. Laro. Wait a second. Laura Ann Schilling. James Joseph Galvin. Grace Janeth Huber. Taylor Morganpool. Susan Grace Davis. Charles Flav Smith Boiter. Genevieve Daisy Onyuko Kennedy. Daniel Sebastian Ibarra. Sing Lu Lee.
Associate Dean Michelle Reinhardt will present the undergraduate and graduate candidates for degrees in the College of Design.
Thank you. Candidates for the Bachelor and Master of Science degrees in the College of Design, please rise and remain standing. President Cabrera, I have the honor of presenting to you those candidates for the Bachelor and Master of Science degrees who have completed the requirements for these degrees and will build and design our future world.
Mary Therese Alcear. Tamira Deandra Smith. Alton Garrett Pullen. Dennis Pozo Ortiz. Abigail Catherine Ambrogi. Lucy Cates. Kenneth Aubrey Kirtland IV. Jonathan Henry Moon. Victoria Oalga. Yesenia Rodriguez. Anna McEwen. Morgan Lucille Lee. Luke Jennings. Lisa Marie Blotsky. Dominique Dawson. Amelia Margaret McLean. Monica Magdi Rizk. Kate Bozen. Adam D. Gardner.
Associate Dean Jonathan Clark will present the undergraduate and graduate candidates for degrees in the Ernest Scheller Jr. College of Business.
Candidates for the Bachelor and Masters of Business Administration degrees in the Ernest Scheller Jr. College of Business, please rise and remain standing. President Cabrera, I have the honor of presenting to you those candidates for the Bachelor and Master of Business Administration degrees who have completed the requirements for those degrees.
Tony Annan. Amber Kaylin Jones. Clayton Mallard Herring. Emily Ray Ilgen Fritz. Brennan Paul Day. Ben Andrew Crom. Frances Theodora Dietrich. Bridget E. Graff. Samuel Stephen Craig. Calder Allen Harville Childs. Gonzalo Carrillo. Peter Nguyen. Bethany Amelia Bell. Kyle Edward Lubenstein. Jason Patrick Quill. Hannah Emily Schaefer. Tien Bu Zhang. Holly Ann Lane. Emma Jo Vincola. Aubrey Kenneth Smith Jr. Yuchen Thea Yora. Trisha Hariani. Sarthik Sarin. Sloan Hodges. Margaret Elizabeth Bowen. Madison Key Townsend. Emma Rose Adams. Sydney Alexis Lofton. Cassandra Marie Izzy. Michael Andrew Sangalitri. Michael P. Shelton. Yusel Omar Hernandez. David Bryant Bostader. Rachel Elizabeth Garland. Catherine L. Vacco. Madison Juliet Jones. Sam S. Chung. Eric Orlando Rodriguez. David Alexander Borikoff. Chase Arthur Hughes. John Spencer Christian Hendricks. Ann Kendall Strickland. Lucas Santos Figueredo. Ana Chavez. Priyesh Shah. Joshua Mark Goodman. Lillian Tate Andrews. Emma Nicole White. Niraha Music. Ini Fome Uye. Britt Mitchell Real. Amara Maria Hazard. Miridula Bassin. Brenton Jesse King. Jalen Michael Amari Camp. Jarrett C. Cole. Mohammed Faizan Kadriga. Maitre Bose. Akena Kamali.
Dean Susan Lozier will present the undergraduate and graduate candidates for degrees in the College of Sciences.
Candidates for the Bachelor and Master's of Degrees in the College of Sciences, please rise and remain standing. President Cabrera, I have the honor of presenting to you those candidates for the Bachelor and Master of Science degrees who have completed the requirements for these impactful degrees. Go Science!
Bijay Rijal. Alexandra Kokovsky. Maria. Yasmin Basil. Savannah Jane Thompson. Alice Ann Lever. William David Hopkins. Vanessa Rodriguez. Benjamin Cody John. Brian Patrick Hack. Mackenzie Lane. Elise Kepke. Savannah Margaret Berry. Lindsay Teree Wheeler. Emma Marie Reinhardt. Shireen Farouk. Austin Michael Karish. Julia Elise Clendenin. Emma Margaret Turner. Caitlin Voravon. Shayna Danielle Bolden. Holt Gardner Thomas. Nicholas Bradford. Jag Ganjami. Margaret May Smith. Sarah Elizabeth Cleland. Jolie Alice Tucker. Emily Joy Keaton. William Holtzclaw Roberts. Madison Ann Crimes. Lindley Kate Hudson. Adrian Zane Rodriguez. Chloe Grace Miller. Lindsay Marie Wallace. Emily Donna Becker. Tilak Dharmesh Patel. Ye Tunde Angela Ogolusi.
Interim Dean Lawrence Jacobs will present the undergraduate and graduate degree candidates for degrees in the College of Engineering.
Thanks, man. All right. So will the candidates for the Bachelor and Master of Science degrees in the largest, most diverse, and greatest College of Engineering please rise and remain standing? President Cabrera, I have the honor of presenting to you these candidates for the Bachelor and Master of Science degrees who have completed the requirements for these degrees.
Daniel J. Turner Figueredo. Garrett Nathaniel Colton. Sur Rajiv Vora. Sophia Margaret Mavris. Clark Parker Jacobs. Amanda Blair Bernardi. Mitchell Christopher Everly. Kyle Matthew Reed. Sarah Jane Crawford. Teresa Grace Dennis. Leslie Victoria Emer. Matthew Reed Covington. Patrick James Fleming. Jillian Alexandra Tyndall. Mosamola Adenike Solebe. Nicholas A. Colonna. Frederick Joseph Hackney. Lindsay Elise Schneider. Denise Marita Wood. Joshua Matthew Hesprick. Raven Matthew Nuega. Andrew Joseph Hewitt. Daniel Thomas Bruce. Oluwadamaloa Ajomo. Philip Jr. Christian Isaiah Huey. Amite Bonja. Christopher Carter Page. Lucas Nativio. Jacob Creed Blevins. Caleb Anthony Senator. Jared Michael Brown.
Joshua E. Morgan. Nicholas James Foster.
Amira Abdullah Tabasi, highest honor. Xinjing Xu, highest honor. Riley Catherine Guerin, highest honor. Haley Isabel Rogers, highest honor. Tiffany Hannah Lehman, highest honor. Caitlin Mackenzie Isles, highest honor. Nosrat Jahan Chaudhry, honor. Jessica Yesenia Rodriguez Hernandez.
Allende Ibere.
Dante Jordan Mayer, highest honor. Danny Wynn, highest honor.
Nicholas Franco.
Taylor Kathleen Dalton, honor. Kristen Anderson DiGiovanni, highest honor. Ankit Kuchangi, highest honor. Naya Dawson. Joseph Awoyeye, honor. Mario Louis Donati, high honor.
Anna Maria Hoffman. Christopher Curtis Kitson.
Mikkel Kerr Ormstrup.
Nathan David Walter.
Kyle A. Hamrock, highest honor. Noah Michael Wilson, high honor. Anthony Joseph Garcia Estevez, honor. Caden Thomas Sullins.
Naresh Prabhu. Devin John Isabel. Javier Pascasio.
Praneeth Urban Luck Edu, honor. William Ian Rose, high honor. Casey Logan Smith.
Adam Lada Sullivan.
Shashvat Parikh, high honor. Jeffrey Thomas, high honor. Ye Yuan Hansen, highest honor. James Marshall McCormick III,
high honor. Clay Rutherford Dodson. Nicholas Agunzo, high honor. Nishant Ramesh Reddy, highest honor. Jesse Sperry. Saad Lulani. Sean Chua, highest honor. Sahas Mehta, highest honor. Tommy Clark, highest honor. J. Daniel Schumann. Joseph Dylan Jackson. Andrew Walker Barnhart, honor. Karthik Sridhar Sundaram, high honor. Kyle Bradley Scott. Jake Tyler Grant, highest honor. Wilson Ishiang Pu, highest honor. Ted Eugene Kimberling, honor. Nathan Charles Arthur Cheek. Olivia Despina Apergis, high honor. Cascade Grace Scully, honor. Jacob Hunter Laddie, highest honor. Cole Jackson Ray, honor. Peter Ming Nguyen, honor. Madeline Claire Campbell, highest honor. Brooke Bridgman Brennan. Maria Jose Lozan. Trent Monroe Hobbs, highest honor. Jancy Taylor Durrance, highest honor. Uday Reddy. Anil Kumar Gunda. Blake Lane Ballou, highest honor. Shelby Nicole Conway. Bradley Martin Bleho, highest honor. Anna Hillary Wong, highest honor. Kajol J. Shah, highest honor. Ben Limeculer, honor. John Michael Angelo Donald Giondo, honor. Connor Tremblay. Derek Kamau Kinyanjui. Robert S. Martin. Brandon Kyle Goddard, highest honor. Jonathan Michael Leach, honor. Maria M. Saito, high honor. Dylan Bose, highest honor. Ashwin Haritza, highest honor.
Aicha Ermesh. Corey Stephen Stein.
Santiago Escobar, highest honor.
Curtis Larry.
Nicholas Stephen Mulca, high honor. Michael Jack Shaya, honor.
Armando Jose Marimon, honor.
Hong Yi Chia, highest honor. Moon Gyu Kang, highest honor. Jonathan Ambrose Moreno. Elizabeth Marie Pruka, highest honor. Gabrielle Patricia Rush, highest honor. Jared K. Canty, honor. Tatiana Michelle Cousins, highest honor. Melissa Sue Kostler, highest honor. Dia Sharma, high honor. Aria Elise Amthor, highest honor. Daniel Soto, highest honor.
Michael Unchi Tsao.
Cooper Evan Felkins, honor. Selin Kurgo, highest honor.
Sharan Ravigopal.
Aaron Hunter Oaks. Jack Hearn, highest honor. Aaron Toporek, highest honor. Michael Taylor Holtzclaw, highest honor. Zoe Elizabeth Stover, highest honor. Joshua Lewis Garrett, highest honor.
Kaylee Amber Unangst.
Amamihe Chukwu Nodum. Trevor Edward Bikey, highest honor.
Mohammed Ahmed Mustafa.
Owen Myers Scott III. Hector David Villatoro.
Nare Lee, highest honor. Amina Jabrila Muhammad, high honor. Summer Mia Bain, highest honor. Maria Monica Yagni. Jacob Lint Hancock. Richard Jared Vale, highest honor.
Sorabinta Diallo.
Shay Bennett Wells, highest honor. Brian Daniel Dunn, highest honor. Max Geisbuehler, highest honor. William Luke Burdett. Cameron James Hawkins, highest honor. William Marshall Secor, honor. Wendy Yunko NG, highest honor. Alex Mathis. Alexander Hampton Rao, highest honor. Rachel Lee Still, honor. J.J. Liu. Ryan Babai, high honor. Thomas Benjamin James Jr. Parker Douglas Gordy. Kelsey Nicole Julian, high honor. Bethany Danielle Harrison, high honor.
Anthony John Hollywood.
Eric Wong.
William Bailey Smith, highest honor. Andrew Jared Elliott Mister. Wiley Spear Helm, highest honor. Sarah Ann Wilson, honor. Tyler Curl, high honor. Sarah Elizabeth Andrews, high honor. Tatiana Medina, highest honor. Nikhil Pradeep Patel. Susan Jin, highest honor. Ryan James Foster, highest honor. Shrikar Tamashetty, high honor. Andrew Nelson, high honor. Rachel Lindsay Cochran, honor. Kyle Reed Hadaway. Haluki Arthur Nakayama, high honor. Josiah Stephen Brown. Solomon Makarios Nabin, highest honor. Alberto Debes, highest honor. Samantha Isabel Guada Viso, highest honor. Mariana Perales Sr., highest honor. Lauren Ann Cass, highest honor.
Oluwadamini Ayomikun Ajayi,
Rama Sambatur, high honor. Anam Al-Haq, high honor. Quentin Demetrius Spear II.
It's almost official, almost official. Will all the graduates please rise? We're almost there. I just need to pronounce the formula words to make it official. And then you're going to have to know where your right and your left are. You can do this. All right, let's go. Upon the recommendation of the faculty of the Georgia Institute of Technology, and by the authority of the Board of Regents of the University System of Georgia, I confer on each of you the bachelor's and master's degree with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities hereunto pertaining. Graduates, to symbolize your achievement, you may now move the tassel on your mortarboard from the right to the left. Please join me in congratulating these new fine graduates of Georgia Tech, including the many participating remotely. Congratulations, you've done it. Very proud of you. Now, just one last request. The graduates and the audience are requested to remain standing as our party recesses. Then I invite all of you to join in the singing of the greatest fight song in the universe, the Rambling Wreck. Thank you for attending this afternoon and have a wonderful evening. Thank you all.
the canvas to cheer the brave and bold. Well, if I had a son, sir, I'd tell you what he'd do. He would yell, to hell with Georgia, like his daddy used to do. I wish I had a barrel of rum and sugar 3,000 pounds, a collar's bell to put it in, a clapper to stir it round. I drink to all good fellows who come from far and near. I'm a rambling, gambling, hell of an engineer. Hey!
This feeling inside my bones, it goes electric wavy when I turn it on. Off from my city, off from my home, we're flying up no ceiling when we in our zone. I got that sunshine in my pocket, got that good soul in my feet. I feel